Hi guys, welcome to ROCKit. We're so glad you're joining us. We hope that you have been enjoying us so far.
Say it again.
We hope that you have been enjoying us so far. Do I got to say it again?
Say it one more time.
We hope that you guys have been enjoying us thus far in my Shakespearean voice. We have a fun show put together for you guys.
So fun.
Once again, so fun. So we have presented or are going to present another What Would You Do? We know you guys really enjoyed that the last time. And then, as promised, we're going to give you guys the 3 ways to gauge if your man or woman is loyal to you. So first, let's kick off the What Would You Do? So here is an instance where there is a woman and she's married.
Okay.
She has a husband. And she learned that her husband's child, who is by another woman, he's in kindergarten, and he's graduating. So the husband tells her the night before the graduation that, hey, babe, my son is graduating tomorrow.
Wait.
So she felt like, a little perplexed. Because why wouldn't you tell me about the graduation before then? Like they had this plan, there was a ceremony, everything, like why wouldn't you tell me?
Mm-hmm.
So his response is, oh, I did tell you, you must have forgotten. So, I want to know, like, what would you do in that situation? I know that you're going to, be angry, but what would you do? How would you handle it as a wife? How would you handle that situation?
Well, I'm wondering how come the wife didn't know that her child was graduating.
Well, it's not the wife.
Oh,
it's his kid by another woman.
Oh,
yeah.
I got it now. Okay, I'm gonna have to ponder.
Yeah, right. But she knew about the child before, though,
Yeah,
right?
she knew about the child.
Did she not gauge the age? Or?
She knew how. Because the child spends weekends with them, so
Okay.
she knew.
But
about
you just
it, but I
last
guess,
minute invited me to the ceremony.
Right. Yeah.
It's almost
so she didn't know, when the graduation ceremony was. Or
Oh, it's almost like he doesn't want her to show up.
That's kind of how
That's
she
how
took
I'm
it.
taking it.
Yeah. I probably would take it the same way. Why wouldn't you tell me about this?
Scratch his eyeball.
Yeah, it's your child, so clearly
You
it's an
didn't
important
tell me
moment
anything.
in your life and your child's life, and then you didn't even
Tell me
think to
about
tell
it.
me about it. Like, was I not invited initially?
Yeah,
or?
and mind you, like, we're not girlfriend and boyfriend. We
Right,
are
we're
married.
husband and wife.
So
Yeah, I would be a little upset, and the petty side of me would want to be like, you know what? Well, I ain't going, But
and
then,
I don't think she ended up going. But the petty side of me would have been like, you know what? I want a divorce.
Yeah,
This is bullshit.
yeah. But then it's I'm sure they built a relationship with the baby though,
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to disappoint my stepchild. So I would go, but would I be?
He's gonna be sleeping on the couch.
Girl, yes. Yes, he would.
Well, the thing is because she just started her job, so she didn't even
she can't
have
take
the time.
off.
Yeah, she couldn't just take off last minute. That's something that she would have had to have planned beforehand.
You see?
So I don't know. Like with the guy, I would have definitely.
I know I'd be upset. I'd be very upset.
I would have definitely have wondered, like, did you not want me there?
I think you didn't want
Am I, not a part of the family?
Yeah.
Because we're married, so this is my son too.
Yeah.
And the fact that I don't get to share
in this
in
moment,
his day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that you are in agreement with us.
Yeah, because they usually never.
I'm surprised.
Never
I'm shocked right now.
Well, you know what? I think that this was just the right.
Yeah.
The right way to go about it.
Yeah,
So,
because it's almost like either you didn't want me to go or did the child's mom not want me to. Someone didn't want me there.
And that's how that's a good question. See, and that's, I guess, where it comes down to it. Is it the child's mother that didn't want me, or is it him?
And I feel like if it was the child's mother, you would have at least told me ahead of time because the fault isn't you're not at fault. So
yeah. Well, I don't know. Now that is where I might disagree because I feel like he probably, to keep down like the noise and the confusion, that he probably just chose not to say anything since the mother didn't want her there. So he's kind of like, okay, well, I'll wait till the last minute to tell her and have it smooth.
I don't know.
I don't think so. No, I don't think they think that far in advance because most times it's no secret if the mother and the wife aren't getting along or at all.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if she didn't want her there, he would have told her, like, you know what, Keisha don't
I
want you
don't
to
think
come.
that, because see, me and us, they're so, but and here's the thing, because I feel like if he would have, maybe he's thinking this, if he would have done that, then now it would have been a problem when he went to go get his child, or it would have been a problem with the kid coming over there because of that.
I think if that was the case,
See,
it would
when
have
you
been like
keep
that already.
animosity like on the low, like when you keep it covered, it doesn't seem as riled up. So I think that probably may have been his thought process.
So you think the hard feelings were there, but not necessarily put on the table.
Is that what you're getting at? Because that's what I'm kind of thinking you're going with this.
Yeah.
Because I think most times if the ex and the wife don't get along, that's something everybody can feel and know.
Well, I've asked her that, and she, she didn't allude. She said that the mother was cool, and they met, and there wasn't a problem. But she did say that the baby's mother was a little ghetto, so I could probably see her saying like, look, don't bring that bitch. No, like, don't bring that bitch to
my baby graduation. Yeah,
this is
I would us. But as the husband, you
family.
still, But as the husband, you still should have told her that.
Now, if that's where the question comes in. And as the husband, like, you should have stood up and you should have, represented for me. So the fact that I feel like he was trying to keep it hidden, and not have her go, was to keep down the animosity.
It's like you being on her team when I need you over here.
Right,
and it's just like
you should have married her then.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just like
protect her.
But it's like I don't know. Men need to understand that the woman needs to feel protected, and that's one of the ways you make a woman feel unprotected is by leaving her out or doing something at the last minute.
Lack of communication.
That exclusion. Like, don't exclude me from anything.
Any decision.
Anything
that's happening.
Let me be a part of it. And even in like the struggles, it's like, let me be a part of your struggle. Let us do this together. Like, I don't mind struggling with you.
Right. I just feel like a lot of people, men and women, just don't give you the chance. They don't know how you will perform if they don't even.
So they'd rather not bring it to you at all.
Right. So you're not going to bring it to me. You don't even know how I will handle this.
I agree with that. Give me the opportunity to react or respond or whatever.
I mean, and then even if I respond, because sometimes me personally, like, my initial reaction or response is not necessarily the one that I want to put out. It's just that's what came out because I don't ease into it.
You don't.
I kind of just like, wait a minute, what? So, it's like, don't let the initial one be the end all, be all. It's like, I may not react right the first time. Like, understand I'm not perfect.
See,
give me another
initially,
chance.
I don't react now. Because I've been through every phase just throughout my life. I've been the overreact quickly. I've been the passive aggressive. But now I'm at the let's pause. Let me think this through because I need to think about this with a clear logical step.
I sleep on it too. I have to sleep on this before I come to a decision. No, I am not slow.
I'm like that. But you gotta think about it.
I'm
like that sometimes. It depends. Like, quite honestly, like in the beginning when if I'm liking the guy or whatever, I am more like passive aggressive. Like, okay, I don't really, because it's like I don't even really know how to react or how I feel. But then after I'm a little bit more acclimated and accustomed, I'm like, no, I have a problem. Like I was trying to put it off. Sometimes I'm so anxious that I can't wait. Like, the only time it's okay for me to wait is if I've already made a decision in my mind. If I made a decision up, then it's like, cool, I'll sleep on it. Because in my head, I ain't fucking with you no more.
See, my problem with passive aggression is, for the most part, you're still internalizing.
Yeah.
And you're still steaming. And they have no clue. So they're cool. They're going along thinking everything's
Life
good.
Is great.
Life's great. And
she made me some cookies.
Right. And meanwhile,
I put something in those cookies.
like on the inside, things are still building up between you, like little things because you haven't expressed them. So I realized quickly, like, passive aggressive isn't going to work. Overreacting isn't going to work.
Right.
Let me pause and just be calm.
I think men like crazy.
They do.
We had this.
They do like crazy.
Yes.
But I don't like to look crazy. See, that's the thing.
Appearance is everything for me.
It is. Especially
even if I know I'm crazy.
Right.
And I know I am, but I don't like to appear.
I may just be a touch. I don't like. I've grown.
Yeah, touch of the crazy.
So then,
I'm full blown.
You full blown crazy?
Full blown crazy.
At least you admit it.
That's
you
true.
Are full blown crazy.
Honestly, is best policy.
That's
the worst person to lie
crazy.
to is yourself. So you got to be
That's
honest
true.
with yourself.
Please be honest.
Yes,
with
be
And
honest
I think
with
a
yourself.
lot of people don't. I think a lot of people get so caught up into the image that they see or
Yes.
the image that they don't even know who they are.
Yeah, anymore.
So it's hard to be
Mhm.
truthful with yourself. If you don't know who you are, the other person can't, and then it brings up the question of loyalty.
Right.
You know,
Right. That's
loyalty.
true.
How can
Yeah.
you be loyal to somebody when you don't even know who you are?
Exactly.
You have to know who you are to
Exactly.
be loyal to somebody else. So I think that was a perfect segue
Yeah.
into our 3 ways to gauge whether your man or woman is loyal to you.
And
so
I need to know these ways.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think I'm a pretty loyal person. So
I
I'm
think so as
interested
well.
to hear.
Especially coming from women.
I was gonna say I'm interested to hear like if those line up with
I think I'm pretty
my
loyal.
perception of loyalty. So
Well, I don't like to say think. I know that I'm pretty loyal. But we'll see if these examples
prove it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want to that's what I want to know too.
Well, actually, I got these 3 things. Well, I'm going to start with the woman's loyalty to you first.
Okay.
I got these 3 things from idatedaily.com.
Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, Maria.
So number 1, she remains consistent even when you make her upset.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
Because women are pretty consistent with their feelings, their emotions, and how they treat their men.
But see, I mean, like, and I am like that too. It's like
Uh-huh.
I'll remain consistent until I realize that now you're on to the fact that no matter what I do, I'm going to be
that I'll be there
consistent.
for you.
So I'm like, no,
But
I'm going
see,
to have to switch this up.
I think, you know what? When you do that, when you remain consistent,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I feel like the guy doesn't even know
He
that
doesn't,
he's in trouble.
because he knows
Because
that no
he's
matter
like,
where you'll be there.
You still gonna make me something to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
right.
still gonna sleep in the same bed with you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
But see, that's when I feel like that's when your communication should be on point. Because even though you stay true to who you are as a person to your mate, you can still do all the things that you would and at the same time express like, hey, this is bothering me when we, you know what I mean?
I'm
like,
not the best communicator. Like, I'm loyal, but I am not the best communicator, which is
you
really...
break down.
I mean, it's not even that I break down. It's just like, you know, I have an issue with, I don't know. And it's crazy because, like, I write, but when it comes to me expressing my feelings, it's like, no.
it's hard. It's a guard. It's hard.
It is key, but it's just like, I feel like if I let you
in,
I let you in, it's like a fortress. You stuck. And if you try to get out, we're going to have a problem.
And that's good that you bring that up because I think a lot of times people are under the misunderstanding that if you guard yourself, you can't get hurt. And that's not the case.
And that's me.
Yeah,
and that's me.
That's not the case.
And that hurts
And I've
more.
actually,
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I've actually found, like, not even the hurt from the other person, but the hurt from myself. Like, I hurt myself when I do it. And I have practiced, like the guy that I've been dating, you know, recently, I have practiced just trying to communicate with him. And it doesn't always turn out perfectly.
Right.
But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm, like, less anxious. And I feel like, okay, you know, it's a growth.
Right. It's a process.
Yeah.
It's
You're
a
gonna
process.
have to grow. You're gonna have to grow.
That's good.
But we're here. We're healing. We're
We
healing.
are.
We're here.
Group hug. Okay.
What's number 2?
Number 2 is she comes to you first with her problems. Instead of
True.
running to her girlfriends
True.
or running to, you know, a mom or something, she
Yeah.
comes to you. I'm talking to you first.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very good.
That's
true.
loyalty right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I mean, it's loyalty, but that's how you can tell when somebody like really loves you too.
And
because
values your opinion.
and that's the good one. Values your opinion.
Yeah.
Because if I, you know, like, trust me, there are people that I believe like they want that from me personally, I'll say.
Right.
And I'm like, no, because every time I say something to you, your response just like makes my flesh crawl.
Yeah.
So I
Make the
can't.
hair on the back of my neck stand up.
Like it just makes me
shave
want to
it
like.
Right.
So like, you know,
booty cheeks clenched. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you just.
yeah, it's like, oh, please stop talking. Please
Right.
stop talking.
Right.
But there is that one, you know, that one
Yeah.
guy is like, you know, I'll call him. I'm like, hey, so this happened. I'm having a bad day.
Right.
And he may say the same things, but it's just because of the way that I feel about him.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
I take it totally different.
Right.
So that's
Right.
a good point.
And you know what? And I think too, when I'm really into a guy, I do talk to him more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If I'm not into you like that,
Mhm.
I'm thinking about this now, and I'm like, I don't really talk to you like that.
No.
Right.
Because
Right.
You get upset,
I
and
don't
then you
like
get
it.
up right, and then you get upset when they start asking you personal
Yeah,
questions.
you do. You
like,
get frustrated.
why?
What do you want to know?
What?
What do I do?
Oh, right, where am I at? What
Right.
do you want? Why are you
That's
calling
very
me?
true. That's
Like,
very true.
what's going on?
Yeah.
And then try to give. See, this is the worst because I've had this. A guy tried to give me some advice on my professional, part. And I'm like, wait a minute, brother, you can't even get your stuff together. How you gonna try to? No, this conversation is over.
It's over.
So
you're overstepping now.
Yeah,
you didn't like him.
I didn't.
You didn't.
It's sad.
It
Because the right
happens.
one gives you advice on your professional life, you'd be like, okay.
Yeah,
whether you agree with it or not, you'll just
and
You just value that because you have that interaction.
And
with
quite honestly, and I think this is the first time I'm telling you guys too,
Oh.
how I started my every woman has some secrets, but how I started my relationship blog was because the guy that I was dating at the time, I was like, and I was just talking like, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out like my next move. I want to do this, I want to do that, and he was like, why don't you start a blog? And I was like, what would I talk about? And he was like, anything. You could talk about Chicago. You could talk about love. Like, I would read it. And from there, I was like, I'm starting this blog.
Right.
So it's good. Yeah, like, you do. You go to him first. Like, that's definitely a sign of loyalty.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
number 3.
That was a good one then. Okay. Well, number 3 is she takes pride in being in a relationship and she doesn't take you for granted.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true.
Yes.
She'll throw you in every conversation, whether you're talking about relationships or not. Be like, well, Brian said we're not talking about Brian.
Right.
Yeah,
completely boastful about the whole relationship to the point where it's making your girl sick, especially the single ones.
Yes, because that's
I
why
don't hear about your man
all the time.
all
She bring him
the time.
One more time. He probably somewhere cheating.
Yes.
That's me. I'm like, girl, look, he
And
probably
that's
somewhere
that negative stuff, you know what I'm saying? You can't be talking to I can't relate right now.
Right.
Right now.
like, girl, look.
I know. Not every story.
Yeah, but you do because you're going to bring
yeah.
up, I mean, like, you find yourself, it's like you start thinking of things for you guys to do. Like, you call somebody you don't even talk to, like, oh, hey, girl, what's going on?
Right.
So y'all going where tonight? Oh, okay, yeah, me and George going to come by.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we were just there the other day.
Yeah, and George's like, I thought you ain't like her. Like, I don't, but I just want us to, it's about us.
That's
Let's go.
True. So,
I want to show you off.
She would. She'd be very proud.
Yeah, she would definitely want to show you off. Now, when she don't want to take you nowhere, then
right.
no.
And then you a booger bear.
Yeah.
We only mess with you at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because women have those too. Guys have them. Guys have and women. Surprisingly enough, women have them too.
That's
like,
true.
I can go out in the daytime with him.
Yeah, I don't want to. Like, this is not a date.
I don't like him like that.
And you're trying to prove that, like, this is not a date. We're not dating.
Right. Yeah.
We don't go together.
Date.
We do not go together.
No. Go together.
When we go on a date, we go together.
That's true.
First date.
That's true.
Together.
If I put myself together, we go together.
We go together.
Time is a big investment.
We start from that first date.
Most of the time, I'm bored anyway, so I'll invest my time.
Going a lot.
Yeah.
All this dating that you do.
Don't believe her. I do not date. I date these two.
That's true.
And
we all go
We
together.
go together.
We go together.
We go together. Yeah.
Okay, so that was the one for the ladies. Let's hear the men. This is the one I can't.
I need to.
Now, did she say something that's gonna prove to me this man ain't loyal? He's getting a phone call after this. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? Yeah, well, you need to talk to Maria about that because this is her viewpoint. I have my different viewpoints, but a man's loyalty to you. So, number 1 would be he doesn't mind, I guess, being a punk for you.
I don't like the word punk.
I don't really like the word punk either.
But it's a good description. I get what you're trying to say. Like, he doesn't mind being called out for you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But see, I feel like when we call it a punk is why we have such a hard time sometimes getting men to soften a bit because they feel like it is punking out in a sense. And it's not. It's just showing the lady that you love,
but
that you value her.
That's a part of being a man. And that's why I think it goes into the loyalty thing because it's like it doesn't matter what the name is. And he should be like that. Like when he loves you and he's loyal to you, like you can call me a punk, you can call me a bitch,
I
you
love
can call me whatever. Like this my lady. And whatever she needs, I'm there.
That separates the men from the boys.
The boys.
Only boys do that. Like, oh, I ain't finna be no punk. Like, look, be a punk for your woman.
Right.
Like,
but I just don't like the term. I agree. I just don't like the term punk.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that he's being a punk for me at all.
No, I wouldn't say that. Like, he's being a punk for me. But I wouldn't say that. But if somebody else
think of a better word.
Yeah, we gotta think of a better Maria.
We're gonna have to think of a better word than that. We can't. See, you know what? We're gonna have a talk, Maria.
Yeah. Stern, Maria.
Very stern.
Okay, so what's number 2?
So number 2, he does what he says he's gonna do.
Oh yeah, keep your word.
He keeps his word, because a lot of times we women deal with guys who does not keep their word. Even simple things like
I'm gonna call you back.
I'm gonna call you back. I think that's a good one.
You better.
If you don't call me back,
yeah,
I'm gonna call you right back. And then I'm waiting this tomorrow.
I'm waiting. Like what the girl? I almost got up right there. It almost
didn't call me back, but then they don't understand. And sometimes, and and I'm not gonna say like that. If he doesn't, that doesn't mean that he's not. Well, I don't know. I guess that would mean that he wasn't.
Yeah, because that's how I look. Well, my thing is if you can't keep your word on little things,
then
I can't trust you to keep your word on.
I can't depend on you to do anything major.
Right.
And I don't know why they think it's a problem.
Right. And then it's also, to me, consideration. If you don't even consider my feelings enough to be like, you know what, I'm told I'm going to call her back. Let me
call her back.
Right. If you can consider me on something that small, I know in the grand scheme of things.
You won't consider
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it just plays a bigger role to me. So keep your word.
He getting a phone call.
You better call me back. That's what I'm saying.
Why you didn't call me back? You ain't loyal.
You better call me back.
Single.com. Here we go.
Right?
We threatening people. Yeah. Better call me back.
I'll text you like you were supposed to call me back.
Y'all don't see that I tried to do my hair like Jen's.
Isn't it pretty?
I hope you guys like it. I got the big fro going on.
Her curls are so
cute. We're going to have to
cute.
get her to get this.
I'm jealous of her curls.
She on her
Winter
white
has
girl.
girls.
She on her white girl.
Winter has very pretty curls
She's
too.
on her white girl.
We're trying to get it together for a big hair day.
Are.
We're gonna do a big hair day for you guys.
Big
Okay,
hair day.
we're gonna do. So that's gonna come.
That's coming up. Okay, number 3.
Number 3. Okay, he knows he can live without you, but he'd rather not.
Now that's love, baby.
That is love.
That's love.
That is love.
That's love.
And
you know what? And I think out of any relationship, you'll have your issues. You'll have certain certain things that may make you question, if he's loyal, does he love you? Because everything won't be exactly
perfect.
Instead of picking a flower, he loves me.
He loves me.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that when I was little.
I did too.
If I got I love you not, I just got another flower.
Me too. Me too.
Until he loved you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I knew he loved me. I knew he loved me.
You done killed a lot of flowers.
Or the 8-ball. Remember the shake up 8 balls? Like, no, let me try that again.
You telling your age on that one?
Oh, y'all didn't know I was old. I'm the old lady of the group, but I told you guys that. Though.
Yeah.
See, I'm honest. You see, you got to be honest with yourself.
Yeah, but I do. I like that one. He can live without you, but he'd rather not.
Yeah.
I like that, and that is a true.
That's
sign.
very true.
A true sign of loyalty. So,
and I think that's on both parts as well, because just how women can sometimes be a bit difficult, men can drive us bananas. But if we're still willing to hang in there because we see the benefit that this person brings to our lives,
right?
I think.
And I think because when I was younger, the one misconception that I had was, and you know what, this is actually going to lead us right into our next topic. So I'll introduce it and then I'll finish my thought.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's going to lead us right into our next topic, which is basically talking about family and marriage among African Americans.
Right.
So what I was going to say is, when I was young and I was growing up, the women in my family had endured a lot of hurt and pain through their relationships. So a lot of what they felt, they pushed that onto us.
The kids.
So some of my exes that used to come around, they used to call my family like man haters. Like, oh, you got a bunch of man haters in your house. Like, they just hate men. They just, so a lot of what I learned growing up through these relationships were not healthy thoughts.
Right.
Yeah. So, I had to learn like that it was okay to kind of step out. It was okay to, I guess in the same way, like look a fool. Yeah. It's okay to fight for what you want. For what you want. Yeah. Some relationships you're gonna have to fight. Yeah, they're worth fighting for. And you have to know that it's okay to put up that fight. Don't worry about looking stupid. Now that's something that I had to learn.
Right.
I had to learn like, okay, it's okay to fight. Because me, I'm like, who finna fight for a man?
Yeah.
I go find another one.
I don't mind being a fool for you. You know what I'm saying? If you're worth it.
Yeah. If you're worth it and it's worth it.
But I don't want to be made a fool of.
Right. But that's what I'm talking about. Even in when you go through these love things, you'll have
those moments.
When you have been made a fool of, and then you still have to decide whether to fight or not. And sometimes, like if it's worth it, you just continue to fight. So with this family and marriage thing, one of the questions that we posed and we kind of thought about is, why don't we raise our children to aspire to have a family, to value marriage, to, because other cultures do. If you look at like the white culture, the Arabian, the Mexican, like they are very like family integrated. They, a lot of what they do is geared towards the family. But when you get to African Americans, that's not true. And I know that a lot of it has to do with the history, and it has to do with slavery and being torn apart. Wife from husband and kid from mother,
and the woman being so independent, she feel like she can do it by herself. You might not need a man or whatever. I mean, but you should want.
We all. And that's the thing that that I wanted to bring up, is that we need to start raising our children to really value family and the marriage, because you need and again, when I was being raised, a lot of the women in my family would say like, I don't need a man for nothing. You do. There is nothing more, I guess, warming or welcoming than to have that kind of security, to know that you have
somebody
a man that has he has my back through the good, the bad, and the ugly. I have somebody that's going to share in this pain and this joy.
Well, I think a lot of it kind of goes back to, the initial points you were mentioning earlier. It's our pride and that punk aspect of equating it with weakness in our community, to express yourself and to be honest that I love this person. I want this person in my life.
I want to marry this person.
I want to marry this person. And I think because the dysfunction has become so norm that they put that label on healthy relationships. Or healthy habits, I should say. So, having a healthy habit of communicating how you feel. It's being okay with expressing how you feel. It's okay to yearn and want, for someone to love you, because we're human.
And you're supposed to, like,
you're supposed to.
I think God designed us. He designed us this way. I mean, the design was made so that you yearn for the love. I mean, it's the love of God that fills you, but you need a companion.
Yeah.
You do.
And I'm telling you, like, for you young mothers or old middle-aged mothers, whatever, that have sons and you're raising your sons, like, this is so important. You have to raise your children to be able to interact and love other people. And I don't even mean romantically, but just the respect for humanity. The respect for humanity.
And
like
themselves.
Themselves. Raise your children to value something. And I think that's what the I mean, the African American community used to be so good at this. Like, back in the day, we really valued our heritage. We valued where we came from. We shared our stories, our elders.
Yes, because I have a little story to tell. So a long time ago, I'm going to tell my age right now. This is when whooping was still in school. And so everyone knows on my block that winter is not supposed to go past a certain neighbor's house. Okay, well, winter went past a certain neighbor's house one day, because I thought I was grown. And no one was watching me. It was neighborhood watch serious during that time.
Back then.
Okay, that neighbor caught me. Okay, I got a whooping by that neighbor. Okay, and that neighbor,
back then, you did another one.
And that neighbor told my mama. And my mama whooped me. That's how it used to be. Respect. After that, I did not. I was scared. I'm scared to this day to curse around someone older than me.
Me too.
I won't do it.
It's so disrespectful. I don't want to do it.
And I hear kids doing it, but see me, I have a real passion for children, and I think that passion overrides any fear that may come in my heart about like the roughness of the child or whatever. Where I see a kid off the corner and be like, come here.
Yeah.
You just cursing.
I do that too.
Watch your mouth. You see all these grown people around here.
And you know what?
And I've done that to gang bangers. Like, come here.
And you know what? And it's crazy because it's instilled in them somewhere because they actually apologize. And that makes me, because I would think they would cuss me out.
No, but that's the thing. And here's the thing. See, if you come to a child or a person in love with love, they recognize that and they will respond accordingly. It's the nastiness. Like when you come to, if you already have in your mind, like, this kid ain't shit. You're gonna grow up to be like your daddy. They're gonna respond to you like that. So we really have to, and right now, like, we have to learn to respect one another. It's not just making the child respect the adult, but the adults have to respect the children. And another thing about and this is something that I had a conversation with my mom about is a child remembers things.
They do.
Adults don't. So what you do to your child, they'll remember that. They carry it. All of us now are really grown adults that are carrying issues from our childhood that are unresolved.
Right.
So as adults, we're working through all of these, self-esteem issues, the love of myself, the love of my missing father, the love of my mother, all these issues we're dealing with as adults that really stem from our childhood. So we really have to learn to really, you don't want to talk to the child like an adult because you feel that they're a child, but they understand so much.
They do.
They understand.
They're very smart.
They are. So you
smart.
have to, you really,
Children
are
like
as a
sponges.
community,
they do absorb everything.
Yeah. We as a community, I should say, we have to do better. I mean, there is nothing wrong with aspiring to marriage, a family, doing things the right way. Like that's people don't know it, but that stability and security goes a long way for a child and an adult.
But you know what? I think what ends up happening is that when we grow into adults and we're having children, we're doing the best that we can with what we know. And the problem is many times we haven't learned.
Yeah,
so we're still holding on to anger and ignorance and bitterness and hurt and all these unhealthy habits. And then, we pass them down, not knowing that we're setting this baby up for the same struggles. So it's like, life's a journey. So
when do you want to break the cycle?
You have to break the cycle.
Somebody has to break the cycle. Yeah. How would they even become aware of it, though? And I don't want to say it's because it's not a lack of education. It's,
I honestly feel like people learn lessons when you're ready. Because I can tell you something that I think would benefit you from today to 2 years, and you will not be receptive to it until you're ready to be. Something, something within you. Right. Yeah. Right. So, we all learn things at different times in our lives. We're all learning different lessons, and we're all learning from each other, and so that's just kind of what I think would be the first step is when you acknowledge within yourself, like, hey, I need to work on this because I don't want my baby to have this same struggle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we can start to kind of mend.
Because you know what, I thought like that as a child. When I was younger, like I said, growing up, there were certain things that I would see happening in my family, and I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I don't want that.
Right. Yeah, I was the same way. I learned best by seeing what I did not want.
Yes. And it's like, no, I don't want that. So every step I made, and and I was like, having kids right now, like that's not an option for me because I don't want to be a baby mama
at all.
I was not.
I said the same thing, and here I am, one baby mama later.
She said one baby mama. She's our baby mother.
Yeah, you are baby mama too. But you learned a valuable lesson, and I'm not knocking the baby mothers out there. Right. Please don't take this as it being, I'm not coming down.
We're not about that here.
Not at all. We're all
better
about.
Not while I'm sitting here. Sitting right here.
We're healing.
We're all about uplifting. So, that's kind of our thoughts on marriage and the family. Definitely let us know, some of your thoughts, ideas on why, African Americans don't aspire to marriage and the family.
Yeah, but I really down
because I think half the time because they really don't have any experience in it. A lot of them are not married. Their mothers are not married.
That's true.
And they haven't seen healthy relationships.
They haven't seen healthy. That's so true. That is so true.
It's like shocking you. Your father.
So that's why. It's like
because every time the father is in jail, or what have you, don't know what's going on. So and families will have their issues, but at some point, we do. We have to do better. Even those that are in positions of leadership, the ones who have gone before us, it is so important to come back and, instill those values.
Family
like people,
values.
People need, and like you said, because of the tradition of the families, most children don't have people to look up to. We need to create mentorships. Like we have to be mentors. I know a lot of like artists or whatever, they don't want to take on that responsibility. Right. But at some point, we have to correct the wrong. We owe it to ourselves, we owe it to our children to really bring them up in an environment, a healthy environment. Yeah. So,
and we have to be the change that we want to see. So we need to start within ourselves.
We do. So. And it starts with you. And you'll know if you have some unhealthy habits. Right. When you have people telling you the same thing over and over again, do a little self-reflection. Assess it. And that's one of the things that, I know I do. I probably do it too much. Yeah. But you have to really assess yourself. If you don't take the time to think about some of those ugly parts of yourself,
you're not giving yourself the opportunity to grow.
You're not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not.
Yeah, kill the parasite.
Yes.
You're not. You have to though. Like, you know, maybe one day we'll do an ugly us show. We'll talk about some of the ugly parts of
let's do
myself.
that. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah,
because
let's do that. Right.
No, because I really think that it will help the viewers. Like, you know, some people.
Because I have a lot. Well, I think we all have a lot. We're a work in
yeah.
progress, you know. So.
We are, and I mean, and it's okay. It's
It
okay to be where you are. Trust me. Like, I'm 29, and I am not where I thought I would be in any capacity of my life.
Do not start me.
In any capacity of my life. So every day it's like, okay, girl, I got to get up and give myself a pep talk. Yep. Okay, girl, look.
Every day.
Get yourself together.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah, I do. Like, girl, look, get yourself together. I
Okay. Yeah,
you got this. You got this.
I'm like,
You got
I
this.
ain't feeling okay.
Yeah.
Like, but you have to.
That's a sign of crazy.
You do.
When you answer yourself, signs of crazy.
But you have to.
I mean, I'd rather be crazy with myself than to go out in the public and
unleash it on everybody.
Starts from within. It starts from within. I'm just trying to.
But that's a good point that she made. That I think people are under the impression that you'll get up and just be ready to go, and you're not. Just the same way you have to wash yourself every day. You have to freshen up every day.
Emotionally, you have to watch your mental thoughts.
Right.
Like, and sometimes because I think the craziest thing some days. But then I'm like, you know what? Let me give myself some healthy thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, Kishana, one day at a time, you'll make it. It's going to be okay. It
is.
feels hard, but it's strengthening you. You'll be able to, be flexible. And I'm telling you, scriptures, like, I love Jesus, and it goes a long way, because there are some days I'm like, look at here, Lord,
that's true,
I'm ready to throw in the towel. I can't make it. I quit.
Pull that inspiration from everywhere.
And
scriptures, positive inspiration.
My friend does this. I went to her house and went to her bathroom, and there was like little Post-its all over the place.
Keep those quotes everywhere.
I've done that,
and I had to admit, it kind of made me smile.
It does.
Post-its. It made me smile. Now, I didn't do this at my home, but I'm thinking.
Well, I have my vision board up at home.
Yeah,
and it has positive affirmations and quotes on it, because you really do have to get up.
You do,
and
be inspired.
Yeah.
I mean, and now with us doing this show, it's like, I mean, I'm definitely happy for us doing the show, but it really makes me think about, like, the Beyoncés, the Alicia Keys, like, those women work hard.
They work hard.
I can't imagine what it would be like for me to get up and I'm 5 months pregnant and I gotta go dance in some
and
heels.
Do a 2-hour show?
Like, look,
Don't expect me.
Like,
I'm not gonna be there.
I quit.
You gotta give me some buffalo wings.
Right.
I can lay in this bed over
you
here.
you don't always feel your best, but that doesn't mean you don't put your best foot forward. So that's our segment on family and marriage. Let us know your thoughts. Love it. So now we have put together some things to help you guys out, and to help ourselves out. We're trying to be more active, and we would love to see you at some of these events. Miss Jenna has a fantabulous list for festivals. Well,
I love my city. I have to start off with saying that, because during the wintertime, if you see me, you would think like, oh my God, she hates being in Chicago. And I really don't. I love it. But in the summer is when I really just fall in love all over again, because we have so much to do. I mean, we have so much to do that I can't even cover everything in one segment. So I'm going to just do some things going on in July. And not even everything going on in July. So you need to come here in the summer. But the first thing was, I love the Chicago Summer Dance Festival.
Oh yeah, you've been doing that.
Oh man, but it's
you have to get out there.
Yeah, get your boogie on. Get your boogie
you did
on.
The salsa, right?
Yeah, it was salsa night. I was a senorita for a night.
That hurt.
Right, I ain't got nothing to shake, so I just had to move my shoulders.
And you know what? It's been going on in the city like every year for years. Like, I started going to summer dance when I was a teenager. Like, that's how old it is. And each night, it started June 27th.
Okay.
So each Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, they have a different genre of music. And they give you a dance lesson.
Okay.
And then a live band for like 2 hours.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And it's in Grant Park. So it's in the Spirit of Music Garden. And it's beautiful. It's a ton of people. Too. Oh my gosh. It's so easy to get to. And you are just dancing with strangers. You don't even know these people.
It's a great way to be.
Yes. It's so much fun. So, last night was salsa night. And of course, I was boogieing all night. I mean, I was getting it with people I'd never even met before.
Oh, that would have been a sight to see.
Oh my gosh,
ROCKit
you do.
was there.
Yes, ROCKit Combo was there. That music have you feeling like I inner J-Lo, I have arrived. Yes, but you know they have a house music night. They have step-in.
Yeah.
And then they have American Ballroom for those that are into that. So waltz, foxtrot, swing, sort of stuff.
Girl, I'd be so lost.
Yeah, so there's like a night for any kind of music that you could think of. And it goes on until September. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Until September 14th. And it's totally free.
Ooh, I might have to do that for my
Yes.
Good free stuff.
Yes, I love the
So
free.
that would be a nice little date to
Yes,
take someone.
it is.
I was just thinking about
You know,
that.
I was wondering, like, stuff like this, how many people met their spouse
Yes.
and
At something like this.
Seriously, because
Yeah.
there are a lot of cuties out there, and you do see some couples, and you know some people making a picnic,
Yeah.
and then of course others they're all like drenched in sweat because they've like danced the night away. Or if you know they have beverages and things out there, so you can have your drink or
Yeah.
your wine or whatever it is. It's a great event.
See, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way to get outside of the neighborhood.
Right.
You guys get outside
Do
of the
some
Get
neighborhood.
different stuff.
outside. Yeah. So
Jenna's gonna tell you how to do different things
Yes.
in Chicago.
yes.
Other than dinner and a movie.
Right.
Because that's why I'd be like, so what you want to do? Go to the movies?
Yeah, that's usually the
Wanna go
typical
get something to
fallback for like date night is dinner and a movie.
I'm
No,
with
this
that.
is
Well, I
summertime.
like going
We're
to
in
get something to
Chicago. Let's get
enjoy
outside.
it.
Let's enjoy this
Yeah.
weather.
Yeah.
And so the next one is pretty popular though, and that's the Chosen Few House Picnic.
But you know what? Lisa.
Yeah, like you know.
And those be popping up.
Oh my god.
I've been like and my uncle put me on to that like
Yes.
3 years ago
Yes.
when it was free.
Yeah,
Now-
that's when I went
yeah,
when
when
it was free. It was free. There's
Now
a little
Look,
fee
it's
now.
free for me when I walk in there.
That's because she's
Okay,
pretty. She's
No,
so
no.
fine.
I act like I was here already. I was here earlier. You know, you walk in, act like you got an attitude.
Yeah.
That's
But
true.
you have to get there early because
You
people
do.
are out there. I mean, like 6 o'clock in the
Oh
morning
my
with their
God.
chairs and their
Tents.
blanket. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
grills.
it's a good time though.
It
And I
is.
mean, it's normally jam packed.
It
You
is.
can get some celebrities
Wall-to-wall
coming through there
people.
You
too.
do,
get
and you know what?
celebrities
There
that
are
come.
people even flying in now
Oh really?
for like the Chicago music, house
Wow.
music picnic.
Well, we
Yeah.
are known for our blues, our
That's
music, and our
true.
food.
That's true. So you have so many people there, a few different DJs,
Yeah.
and it's all day. I mean, all
It
day.
is. It's
And
fun.
that's from July 3rd through the 6th. Yeah, on the 63rd Street. You know, they're just out
Oh, we
there
don't have to
like,
go.
yeah, 63rd and Hayes. Yeah, so
Yep.
get out there.
I've
and-
been there for the past 3 years.
Yeah, well, I
I may
didn't go
just go
last
this year.
I didn't go
but
last year.
yeah,
I went
but
to
it is a ton of
I went.
fun. And if you're like me, I'm lazy. I'm gonna sleep in. I'm not gonna pack a grill. But most times,
I'm gonna go and freeload.
that's what I'm
That's what I
saying.
do.
Go freeload off other
Yeah,
people.
Go meet somebody like
yeah.
And that's
They're
a-
usually
it's a
pretty
good
generous.
networking.
Yeah.
You can meet people.
Yes, you can meet people, pass out some flyers or some business cards if you have them. But for the most part, yeah, just enjoy, dance, eat off the other people, save
Hey,
yourself some time.
My type of crew
Yes.
right there.
Yes.
Chosen few. Right?
Yes, chosen few. So
Yes.
then I wanted to check out this year, which I'd never heard of, is the Rib Fest.
I heard of that.
Have
See,
you?
yeah, I think a friend of mine went last year. I forget, like they had some kind of, but she said the ribs were good.
See, and
But I mean, I hope. See, but they have. Do they have them? Well, I don't know. If they would have primarily pork. I'm not a pork.
oh, she's
eater.
not a pork. But see, if it's a Rib Fest, see, I'm under the
I
impression
eat
there
the
would be like a plethora of
Variety.
types of
Yeah,
ribs.
see, I need beef.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah,
beef.
she's our beef girl. Or
Swine is
yeah.
fine.
I'm a swine eater myself. I will tear a pork rib slab
Okay,
up,
pork
a tip
chop.
slab, yeah, pork chop.
Baked.
Yeah,
If I eat
I
some
don't
pork,
care.
pork gonna be tearing me up.
Oh, that's what it does.
Girl.
Oh, okay. Well, you know,
Yeah,
you
but
gotta
you
know
can't have
yourself.
any.
We were talking about that earlier. You gotta know yourself.
You gotta know
Okay?
yourself.
Be honest with yourself. And
I mean, I like the way it tastes. I just can't eat it.
can't eat it.
No.
No.
See, those are struggles that I wish I had because it would save me some of this poundage problem that I'm having. But I will
got
eat
the poundage
everything. So yeah, so the Rib Fest is coming up, and that is July 4th. No, that's actually July 4th through the 6th in Uptown by Lawrence and Broadway.
Okay,
so
the North Side.
I'm a North Side
Google
girl.
it.
Yeah, I'm
You
a North
Google
Side.
it.
I
Yeah.
used to be.
She used to be a North Side girl. So
I used to live up north.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, so
Went
you
to
got
Evanston Township and everything.
all right.
You
look
were
at
all the way up
you.
there.
Look at you.
Always leaving me out.
Yeah, and so then the Taste of Lakeview. So that's a smaller
yeah.
kind of. it's almost like the Taste of Chicago, which is coming up. Are you guys going to the Taste? We gotta go to the Taste.
Yeah, we have to go to the
I
Taste.
haven't been in a while.
I haven't either.
I went last year on the last day.
That crowd is.
And
I
they
got a
changed
tip
it.
though. See, here's what I do because I'm not a big. Even though I love the festivals, the crowds do bother me. So what I like to do with Taste specifically, because I'm a foodie, go early, and then that way
I'll secure a spot.
Well, see, no, I'm not even securing a spot. The thing is when you go early, a lot of people haven't gotten up yet.
That's true.
So you get to taste a few things without standing in those super long lines. You know, if you want to hear some of the music, you can. At that time, I'm really just going for food, so I could care less about who's performing.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get in, taste a few things, and get out before the crowd
The
comes.
entertainment used to be free too.
Yeah, now sometimes they charge for that too.
Really?
Yeah, they charge for that now.
Yeah.
See, we got to get Ron Emanuel up out of
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
He is something else. He make you pay for everything.
Every single thing.
Everything is a la
Right.
carte.
So if
Right.
you, yeah. So if you
Like,
kind of like the Taste of Chicago, the Taste of Lakeview is similar, but on a much smaller scale because Lakeview actually have a ton of good restaurants. You know,
Yeah,
I don't.
they do.
Yeah,
That's
a lot
true.
of people when they think of restaurants, they're thinking like downtown.
No, but Lakeview does.
Yes, go
Yeah.
up north. They have some of the best restaurants, and the Taste of Lakeview is really the perfect time to try out a lot of different things when you don't want to really, you know, invest in an actual full entree or night at a restaurant. Just go to the Taste of Lakeview, and that's July 5th and 6th, and that's on Lincoln and Belmont, which wasn't far from where
Where I used to stay.
where Key used to stay. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. There's a ton of things happening. Oh, and my last one that you really have to go to. Okay, good, for real. This one, because you know I can go on all night. But it is the Wicker Park Fest, and that's again, it's just music.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
there.
yeah, because Wicker Park has just
It's
a
in Milwaukee Avenue,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and
I
they have
go there.
just
It's
a ton
nice.
of people. I love the people that you run into around like Wicker
Wicker
Park.
Park.
Yeah,
Weirdos.
but they're so fun.
They some fun
They're
weirdos.
so fun. So you have to go to the Wicker Park
These two are
Fest.
weirdos. That's why they like it.
And that's end of July,
Yeah.
July 26th and 27th. So make sure you check those out. And yeah, just have a good time. I found a lot of these on ChicagoNow.com. So
Okay.
if you want to, just go to Chicago Now, and they have the whole list for not only July, but also August and throughout the rest of the summer. There's a ton of things to do
Please
here.
get out and enjoy the
Yeah,
summer. We have been
enjoy
in
this
the
weather.
cold long enough.
What we
so-
had 8-month winter.
Really?
Yeah.
You really did.
I mean,
Yes.
it really just got
Everyone,
nice out.
Yeah.
pipes was
Yeah,
bursting.
yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was right yesterday. It just got nice yesterday.
Yeah,
So
seriously.
take advantage of July and August.
I'm
Make
gonna be
the
out there.
most of your time. Get out.
We'll
meet
be out
people.
there.
We
We will be there.
And we'll let you know where we are. So come meet us.
Yeah, follow
Absolutely.
us on Twitter.
Yes.
Follow us on Twitter at ROCKit Convo.
Yes, Instagram.
Instagram, ROCKit Convo.
Yes,
Facebook,
Facebook.
ROCKit Convo.
and
YouTube,
Rocket Conversation.
subscribe to our channel,
Yes.
ROCKit Conversation.
Yes.
And do we have another Rocket? We're everywhere. Just Google
everywhere.
Rocket.
Yeah.
Hashtag it.
Hashtag it.
Hashtag Rocket Combo.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for joining the Rocket crew. We really enjoyed you. Can't wait to get back with you next time. We always have fun shows
We do. We
lined
do.
up for you. So
And we always enjoy you guys.
we always enjoy you. Absolutely. So on that note, thank you. Have a great, great week wherever you go. Take in our advice, share it with people, discuss, talk amongst, your family, your friends, your coworkers. That's the best way to learn. So we hope you guys were empowered and enlightened today because we aim to please. We aim to please. So thank you guys so much.